Sorry about that. Hello everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Just had a little bit of a hiccup with my mic, but we're all good now. And we can hop into doing some replays. We've got just a few replays to do today. And then we can kind of go from there. I don't know if anyone's going to join me on commentary, but I'll do a few. And we'll see how we're doing from that point. But yeah, should be good. Yeah, first up we got Respozo versus Marco Maps. We did a bunch of their replays the other day, but yeah, this is their shredded backwards replay. I'm gonna double check that before we actually hit start though. Definitely had a few times recently where I put the wrong map in or the wrong commanders or anything. Okay, it is all correct. So let's get into it. Alright everybody, welcome in. We've got a twins mirror here on Shredded Backwoods. You know, they really dug into the theme of this month. Got a nice little bit of fog action going on here. Well, not fog of war, but some nice little mist special effects here. And Respozo versus Marco Maps. I would put Respozo as the favorite here, but you know, Maps can definitely surprise us. They're a strong player in their own right. And we've definitely been seeing them improve a lot over time as well. Is one of my favorite things about this is like you get to see people come into the community and really like kind of how I would say this, like learn a lot about the game, we'll put it that way. Anyway, Respozo is just going to contest this lumber mill over on the left hand side. Doing so with the sword from the mountain makes a lot of sense. And here we see the sword crit line up. Probably, oh actually we're not going to see that on this side, as Maps didn't go for the knockdown from the mountain. And ooh, gonna see the swords coming in here. Or for the counter attack, but nothing too major. Yeah, Respozo just gaining a little bit of advantage using that terrain. Respozo, yeah, they're just gonna continue to be aggressive. Let's see more of these swords coming in, more of this commander coming in, sorry, and putting in some work. This sword over here, probably gonna go for the crit. Yep. It hits the sword and not the village. I guess that makes sense. It allows the village to be decamped next turn. And you're kind of dealing with your opponent's units. Like, the choice of whether to go for economic pressure or going for like unit count is like a fairly major one. Yeah, we're just gonna see the favoring of like trying to knock down the units. That said, Respozo probably wants to heal up their commander fairly soon. You know, you've got the enemy knight coming in. And yep, doesn't want to get killed easily in the early game. Wants their commander nice and juicy, I guess you could say, to be able to knock some stuff down. And speaking of which, full heal commander will knock down a 7 health village. So we're going to see Marco continue to put the pressure on, and they have so much money. This is actually a fairly high income map, so especially with that big cut at the start from the lumber mill. What are we going to see now? Respozo just kind of regrouping. They did some good work early on. They're going to put a little bit of pressure on this right hand side. A little surprised to see the commander being the one to go for the village hit here. I guess they just want that extra bit of groove. On the flip side, Map's gonna do, yeah, they go for the capture on that village. They're a little bit behind on groove. They need like one solid hit to get groove. Okay, I'm gonna use the commander first. They're gonna take a little bit of counterattack damage, but nothing really close by to like follow this up, so. Oh wow, that's a very deep night. Oh, that's a very dead dragon though. I don't know how I feel about that. Well, actually I do know how I feel about that. That's
This'll be loud.
gonna cost them a very high cost unit. And I guess they could technically kill the witch. Like their own witch hit plus like fire getting dropped down would kill. But oh yeah, they like I don't think they should have done that. You're gonna cost yourself a really big important unit. And witches are even cheaper in Wargroove too, so that's like a huge loss. Okay.
Get up there.
One thing it is gonna allow, and oh, we see Scorching Fire come in. That's gonna, yep, hit the witch. Oh, but their own witch is gonna take some damage this turn. The one thing this is allowing is the extra pressure on this bottom left side is gonna pull the army away. Means the trebuchet is gonna have time to get into position. And ooh. Only one hit on the sword there. Oh, and the witch goes down as well. Oh, that's very unfortunate. Yeah, like so much of this army was left in range of the oh wait. Cooling Flame. Oh no. Knight's gonna follow this up as well. That's a dead golem. Yeah, I think this is probably gonna be game soon. I suppose they're doing some excellent work with their units. Both golems still left alive. Plenty of money to buy. Oh, they actually don't buy anything expensive. They just buy a bunch of air troopers. Once they get unit count up. And actually, if your opponent's going trebuchet, this is like something that people might not be familiar with. Trebuchets actually die to air troopers. An air trooper crit will one-shot a trebuchet. A regular air trooper hit will heavily damage one. And yeah, I suppose they're just playing a very solid game. Waiting for Marco to kind of blunder units and yeah, just taking really good trades. The Treb's a little bit scary, but air troopers are going to come out and that will like cause a lot of problems for the Treb. Yeah, Neres Bozo. Just actually getting a surround on this commander, or at least like a soft surround. It's actually really difficult to get twins out of this position now. There's like 3 powerful units over here. Actually 4 powerful units over here, Knight included, that will be able to trap the twins. The maps is just like, oh, my opponent's commander is pretty scary. I'm gonna try and chip it a little bit. And doing an okay job contesting these villages, but I don't know if this is gonna work out long term. Like, I think twins are just dead. At least marker maps twins are dead, sorry. There are 2 sets of twins on the map. Okay, Rasposo just needs to keep putting the pressure on. And oh, there's a dragon nearby as well. I didn't even see that. Gonna reinforce, do a lot of damage here. And you can just position the knight, yep, on top. Twins have to escape through a forest, which is gonna slow them down significantly. And I think Marco's just dead at this point. This trebuchet is way out of position to help. Golems are also way out of position to help. I just don't see what they can do. Treb just kind of slowly crawling across the map. Marco, there isn't enough stuff here. Like, everything else is moving away. I guess he was like trying to set up to try and put some stronghold pressure on, but you're attacking into Cooling Flame. You don't have particularly hypermobile units. And here we go. The first suicide comes in. I don't even know if it's necessarily needed, but yeah, goodbye. And a golem that comes in, and Yeah, I don't think the mage hit was needed at all. Commander probably gonna do enough here. Oh no, it's slightly injured, so it is in the forest.
This'll be
But
loaded.
literally anything can finish at this point. Does a little loop-de-doo with the dragon. Nice. And we get to see a dragon kill on a commander, which is actually fairly rare these days.
Go.
Dragon got nerfed pretty heavily, in particular against commander, but losing the massive damage bonus their crit condition did also kept them largely in check against being able to kill commanders. So yeah, we don't see them too much anymore, but nicely done. And Respozo, I guess, just played like a patient game, waited for maps to kind of overextend a few times. And maps, I think, you know, when you lose one unit, you start losing more units, so trading a dragon for, I think it was like a sword, and then losing the dragon, and then losing a witch to kill the enemy witch, as well as having to put groove into it. And then, like, yeah. Not really worth it, and then, like, once you start falling behind, you start doing more risky plays. So, yeah, well played. We're gonna see, I suppose we'll take it. Alright, where are we up to? Sparky said they might be on in a little bit, so... I guess I'll do like one more before Sparky gets here. Welcome in. I see Sedgen, I see Marco. Hope you're both doing well tonight. We're just having a bit of a fun time. We're going through some replays. I need to start playing some of my November games actually. I might set those up tonight. But I've just got like a lot of stuff going on. I think I've mentioned this a few times, but this is also, I think at the end of this year is me going to be taking a step back from even doing YouTube stuff for Wargroove, so I've got another like 6 weeks or so, and then it will be on to the new generation of people to run the channel, so looking forward to that. A lot of people still really enjoying the game. There's some chat in the staff Discord about like how we should do events going forward as well. I think we might make it a little bit easier for people to get involved. Like, no more people missing out on sign-ups for an event or whatever. Just because like we try to give people a decent amount of time to sign up for stuff before we post it, but. Yeah, we're still seeing like people be like, oh, I missed the event, I can't compete for another however many weeks or so on and such forth. I have to reboot the game because I want to do another shredded replay. Let's see, we've got a Conan versus Skyro game. Also, Sidechan, if you're still here, your last replay you submit to the channel doesn't have the map on it. I'm happy to cover it, I don't know what map it is, so. Anyway, I think we'll do the Skyro versus Conan game. Get that up, and then after that I think we'll get Sparky in, we'll do like a fog replay maybe. There's actually like a casual game that Disobeyed put down, so maybe get to see that in action. Anyway, let me get this Skyro game up. They're playing Wolfar versus Rome, so I think Skyro, recognizing that they're the stronger player, decided to Rom. It's fair. And I actually think Rom's pretty good on this map too. And then Conan, playing Orange Wolfar, who is very, very strong. Okay, that should be all good. Right, we'll get into this one. See how it goes. Alright everybody, we've got Skyro, who's going to playing Rom in the pink, up against Conan, who's playing Wolfar in the orange. So I'm interested to see how this is going to go. Bit of a mismatch in commander strength, based on like what kind of where they are on the tier list. But Skyro, very, very strong player, and Stefan, aka Conan, is definitely more of like a newcomer to the community. We've seen them take a couple really good games off people though. Had a really good game on Cloak and Dagger this month that played a very different style and actually worked really well. So I'm interested to see how far they're going to go as a player. And yeah, they're doing a good opening here. Not going to put any kind of pressure on the lumber mill just yet. And Skyro, ooh, I actually really like this opening. Delays the capture of the lumber mill by a turn, but that capture usually gets delayed anyway. We're gonna see Conan, yeah, they go for the cuts. Get some damage on the opponent's sword. So, a little bit behind on economy in terms of like holding these central villages, but they're doing quite well as far as getting that cut early. Now really the problem here is like, how do you deal with this Rom? Because this opening is really scary. Rom is like on full health, already starting to walk towards your strongholds. There's not a lot of heavy units in place to deal with them. Ooh, this village is actually going to be fine. Wolfar gonna take a little bit of counter attack damage, and actually the sword doesn't go for the decapture here. I guess doesn't want to risk it. And I guess Conan is just gonna have to rely on Wolfar being really strong. Gyro has so much money, already has a golem out. Probably gonna see a second golem get built. Would not be surprised, but could also see something like a dragon. Oh wow. Rom just going so deep right now, and he can afford to. Like, there's very little that can stop him. Once he gets tier 1, he's able to escape from most scenarios. He's also able to brawl out a lot of scenarios too. And oh, Wolfar are going to take more counter attack damage from these villages, which isn't too bad, but it means his groove generation is going to be a lot slower. Okay, Harpy comes in, goes for the knockdown. And Stefan starting to contest here. But, oh, night hit on Commander. It's just like a raw, regular night hit too. And Conan just didn't have money. Really far behind a lot this game so far. And, oh, the stronghold is so open right now. The knights just die here? Oh, they barely live. Like, anything could walk up to this knight and kill it. Well, nothing's in range, so actually the knight's gonna live. But Skyro bearing down on the opponent's stronghold now. And yeah, you've got a Rom with Groove. Got knights who can also do some damage here. Not in crit position, but they are looking pretty spooky. And Wolfar has to be ready to do something with Groove. Oh wow, you're just seeing the knight retreat without healing. I guess it just can't. That is the scary thing. Dragging his boat makes a lot of sense. There is a witch. So he will have to buy his own witch if he wants the dragon to be able to do anything. But both of them have dragons. So Skyro is just looking to set up a lethal on Stronghold. And yeah, Knight's getting a position for crit. I don't really know what you do here. I don't think Conan can actually afford to get Groove this turn. 160? 164? Oh, he's so far out. I guess he just has to, you know, live for a turn? It's not easy. Definitely an easier said than done kind of thing. There is a lack of anti-air here. Like one mage, but it's not quite in position to take this balloon out. Rom is not going to be close enough to do that either. That being said, I think you could like knight crit the stronghold and hit it from like the left with the dragon. And then yeah, all you need is Rom at that point. Actually, is Rom going to have tier 2 this turn? 192? Oh, 200, yeah. I think that's just goodbye stronghold. I think even just a regular sword hit after this. Commander does a ton of damage to stronghold. The dragon also does a lot of damage to stronghold. 1%! It lives on 1%. Rom can't die though. And I don't know if you have enough here to clear. Right, what can Wolfar do? Wolfar's gonna get tier 2 this turn. There's definitely enough stuff here for that to happen. Dragon gets down to 5%. Okay. A lot of like small hits coming in. Mage goes down. Harpy probably going to be the target. Oh no, the Harpy can't be grooved. Oh, that would have been perfect. There's like very little anti-air here. Okay. Gets to groove sword. Okay. 137 gold, by the way. Nice. Oh, he needed like something heavier to block in front of the stronghold. Dragon sacrifices itself. I mean, makes sense. And yeah, balloon goes pop. Anything can walk up and hit. Sword. Yeah, injured sword does the trick. And Skyro, with a very solid aggressive plan, takes advantage of Rom's tier 2. It's actually really scary. If Rom just has Groove in front of your stronghold, like it's so hard to displace them. And yeah, Wolfar tier 2, a little bit delayed. Really wanted to do damage I think the previous turn. And yeah, just a bit too much army out of position, and yes, all of Skyro's like heavy hitting forces were there. Yeah, well played. Skyro gonna take it. Alright. Sparky might be here in a minute, so I guess we'll see if they are going to be here in time. The next game, I'll try and line something up while I wait. I did see this like game that was more just like casual. Okay, this is Named Islands. And Disobeyed is playing Black Ragnar. Rasposo. Rasposo's been putting a lot of time into this game. Definitely see a lot of replays coming out of him. Which is cool, I really like watching Rasposo play, so. for now, we're going to see how this game goes. I'm really curious about this. I'm assuming it's just like a kind of like map test, but no sign of Sparky just yet. So I'll do this one, and then I'll see how I feel about doing some more after. Alright, we got a Chained Islands game. This is just a casual between these two players. We got Rasposo versus Disobeyed. Chained Islands featured in an earlier TYM. And people seem to have a lot of fun with the map. Definitely an interesting take. Has a lot of these like beaches in the center where people can fight over. Takes a lot of advantage of like the naval versus infantry interactions that they added in Wargroove 2. We've definitely seen like a lot of stuff like Merfolk and the like here. Yeah, just more stuff continuing to pull forwards. Not seeing a commander heal here. Preferring to save the money. Keep Nadia low. Disobeyed. Gonna go for follow-up heal on their commander. You know, you're not going to be able to capture this village this turn anyway, so you might as well spend another turn healing. Rasposo, okay, goes for a bigger commander heal this turn. I love the little like plank bridges actually, just to show people being able to move across beach. So, alright, they secure their fortified. They've got their commander in position to work in here. And over on this side, ooh, this fortified is going to be a real pain to break. You're going to have to use like 2 full health swords back to back to do it. And oh, Ragnar's already lining up to be a big force of destruction here. And this actually looks really solid for Ragnar. There's lots of like little water tiles to knock units into. It's quite clumped up as well, and you really on this map want to take advantage of the fact that your opponent can't get into these kind of little nooks and crannies. So Ragnar's actually going to be able to do a lot of work on that front. Okay, sword does knock down this fortified village. And Nadia is going to have her work cut out for her because, yeah, knocking down the fortified of your opponent is actually going to be really difficult. Whereas Disobeyed are going to be able to constantly just recapture this fortified. And sure, like sacrificing a bit of sword health just to knock it down for a turn is actually really worth it. Because, you know, it's like 200 gold right there. But you ideally want to capture it. You're behind over on the commander side right now. I think Nadia can knock it down. I think she's at 94, which is, if I'm right, the correct amount of health to knock a village down. Yeah, I mean, commanders do full damage to fortified, so good flipping there. Archer comes in to help flip the fortified back on this side, and we just see, yeah, the swords are making a little conga line to be able to knock the village down. Okay, but Disobeyed, they've got their own golem now. Gonna do some work against Nadia, and Ragda's moving up to do support, and is it 150 groove, so make that 154, and yeah, she's just gonna be ready to jump over onto Nadia. Nadia doesn't really have that much firepower against enemy commanders. Honestly, wouldn't be surprised if she just pulled the trigger right now. Went for like the hit on like the golem and the infantry, just to get a little bit of damage in. No, decides not to. Even had a potential good position to like guarantee the hit on the golem, but Gonna save for tier 2 instead, it looks like. And yeah, fortified gets flipped back, and yeah, they're pretty even on these fortifieds. The main advantage right now seems to be Disobeyed has the center. They're just gonna continue to push that advantage. Disobeyed, very strong player actually. We haven't seen too much of them. As far as like games that go up on the channel, we generally tend to see like more from players like Raspozo, but Disobeyed very strong. Capable of beating pretty much anybody in the community. And what are we seeing here? Yeah, just more and more pressure coming forwards. Nice use of the barge to reinforce. And now comes the point in time where, like, when you hold center like this, you're going to put a lot of pressure on the enemy stronghold. And there hasn't been too much fighting yet. There's been little skirmishes here and there, but the unit count's really starting to build up. Ooh, hit on the fortifieds. Okay. Ooh, sword goes with the hit on the beach. Ranked at 199. She actually could have potentially grooved this turn if she wanted to, but no, we're not going to see that just yet. Alright, and what's Resposa going to do? Right, they're just going to keep pushing forwards. They're going to try and take center. They're going to actually be able to knock down this fortified this turn. Archer's going to be able to walk up and do some good damage. Sword comes in. Mage is going to go for that capture. And Raspozo actually has more of the econ on the map for just a little bit anyway. That village at the top probably going to get flipped pretty soon, but for the moment things are looking good. That said, there's a lot of pressure that could be put on this stronghold here. But I think it's a little bit too risky. Ragnar probably would die if she tried to go for that. Okay, we see a frog coming out. We're going to see some repositioning shenanigans, I think. Oh, uses the barge to like kind of leap forward too. And yeah, even this tower is getting heavily contested. This is actually the point where you just start building like air troopers and putting on the mountain. Just very good at kind of blocking units from being able to help capture. You can also pressure enemy archers and the like. Yeah, we're just seeing a heavy unit count. Raspozo right up in front of their commander. Or in front of their opponent's commander, sorry. Ooh, Merfolk. A little bit of chip damage coming in here. We're seeing some damage coming across from both players. But neither of them really wants to commit to like a full attack yet. Yeah, just kind of going into a split map versus split map situation. These towers are going to start getting flipped. And when you flip these towers, you can start flipping the barracks. We're just going to see the map kind of go on this like big swirl around as both players are putting more and more pressure on. And yeah, this lines up the archer. They're going to slowly chip down this tower. And honestly, like, I don't know what comes after this. It's going to be more use of these barges to move units around. The frog going to pull anything meaningful? I think the frog might be one of the key units here, but gonna chill for the moment. Doesn't want to do anything just yet. Okay, ooh, hits the witch. Interesting. Wants to negate that from being able to like one-shot dragons. Other similar unit interactions as well. So we're getting into a bit of a longer game. Both players are kind of building up. Lines have formed. And it's just going to come down to who can like kind of flip production quicker. Ragnar is excellent for doing something like that. Okay, down goes the tower. The sword could capture it back in theory, but you'd then lose the sword for doing so. Alright, big turn now. Shield jump comes in. Oh, does so much damage. It kills 2 units straight up. Third one goes down right away after. And then we see the knight crit come in. Is there a golem follow-up? Maybe. 1, 2. Yeah, it's gonna reach. It's gonna knock down the stronghold, and yep. Goodbye. Disobeyed finds the one gap in their opponent's armor, and just lines everything up. Frog pull with the Knight crit, plus Golem. Gonna make that a clean, good game. Disobeyed, I think, just had a little bit of an advantage the whole game, but waited for the perfect opportunity to groove. And I would have actually liked to have seen Rasposo try and use Nadia's groove just to contest a bit more. To fire at that tier 1, lower the health on the enemy golem. Like, it's not the best groove you can go for, but it slows down a lot of this push at the north, and so much of this map seems to come down to who can like flip these fortified villages and put pressure on their opponent's production more. And in this case, it really just looked like that was Disobeyed being able to do that. So, good game. Disobeyed gonna take it. I don't see Sparky. And my voice is getting a bit tired as well. I think I need to do like one more replay to keep up with the release schedule pace. Although we might lower it actually. Has to be said. Like we might just go down to like 1 video a day again. Because 10 a week is a lot. So yeah. I'm looking if there's any like particular notable replays here. Maybe like Lego Man versus Marco. So from what I understand, this map technically wasn't. Oh, I didn't even mention what map. Oh, it was Tesca's. Okay. I don't really feel up to doing a fog map by myself. Okay, Sparky can join. So we'll do like, sorry, 1 fog game. And probably call it there. I'll take a look at what's available. It might actually just be this Kezka's Exile game. So, yeah, another Marco map game. We got Lego Man playing in this one though, so. We'll see how this goes. Lytra. Ink Ragnar. Oh, Sparky's here. Yo, welcome in, Sparky. How's it going?
Okay. Sorry about that. I got a bit delayed by something.
That's alright. I only really have like the time in my voice ability to do one more, but
Okay.
we're coming up to basically the end of like the replays that have been submitted, so I guess I'm gonna have to make some games this weekend and try.
Yeah, I'll probably make mine. Maybe today.
Yeah. I might make mine after stream actually, and then we'll get to it. I was saying actually, and I think this might be just like something we could even start now, is like I'll probably just cut down the amount of replays we're putting out to just 1 per day. Which is kind of funny to say that out loud when you consider like how many replays we're putting out, but 10 per week is a pace that is like a lot.
Yeah. Also does require that you have enough replays to keep up with that as well.
Yeah, that's also true. So I think yeah, it probably makes more sense to just go down to oh, Ketz's exile. What did I put here? Oh,
Yeah.
Kez,
Yeah, just saw that as well.
all right, there we go. The unofficial TYM. Oh right, yeah. Yeah, we'll do this one. Oh, that's all good. It was like, I mean, there's some earlier TYM stuff that I don't know if I'm super keen on covering because we covered a lot of September games. And I have noticed whenever we go back and post like older TYM stuff, like the viewership on it's pretty low. So I think there's just not a huge amount of demand for that to get covered, but maybe in the future we could just cover them.
Maybe. My games are still open, I think. Up to I forget what month I decided to close up to, but
Yeah, I need to close a lot of mine too, especially the ones that have been covered.
yeah.
I think
Yeah,
one of my
I've,
October replays got missed, but
end up deleting the save data for some of them and replaying them so I could get recordings of the ones that I was about to delete.
yeah, that's fair.
So something like that. Anyways, I guess
Yeah, let's get into this game. Got a Fog of War game, so I'm looking forward to this. And this probably will be the last Kezka's or Ketz's for this month. Anyway, get into it. Alright everybody, we've got a test your Mettle game. Well, this is a little bit interesting because Lego Man didn't actually make the signups for this month, but something that I would actually encourage people to do is if you didn't make a TYM sign up, you're more than welcome to hit people up in the event and just ask them for games. And we'll happily cover them. Like, we want people to feel like they can be part of the community and take part. And yeah, sure, like you miss out on, you know, being on the page or whatever, but more than happy to have people just kind of like take part. So we go.
yeah,
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. I was gonna say that Testing Metal is the place to like find these like async games. So like, yeah, reach out. You can probably find some games on these maps.
Yeah. And yeah, we got a Ragnar versus Lytra game. I actually think people are figuring stuff out with Ragnar. And she's gonna kind of slowly climb up the tier list a little bit. Definitely not on the level of like a Wolf or anything, but we've been seeing people put in work with her, using that extra mobility on her groove and the really high damage. Like, it can do a lot. Like, if you're pushing back units into other units, she can just obliterate an infantry line.
Yeah. Ragnar is because of her jump range is somewhat hard to like deny her plays. The one range restriction it does hurt her a lot, but she can definitely do a bunch of fun stuff.
So what are we seeing right now? Actually, you see Legoman skip going for the lumber mill and actually goes for the village instead.
I want to get the outward capture first so it doesn't get stolen, just in case.
Yeah, makes sense. And I guess like it takes a few games to kind of understand where units will be on the map. Ooh, Kraken comes out.
Ooh, early Kraken.
Yeah.
Alright.
I've definitely seen Marco do this a lot, and especially did it against me. Actually, very.
So I guess like hilarious. I think during one of the tests on Ketzas, I ended up doing this against Marco, and it seems like I never brought this up during the previous streams. I guess Marco is now adopted into their playstyle on this map.
Very true. I would say though, one thing is that oh wow, actually yoinks the portal. Straight up like sees their opponent's sword, doesn't have it yet. Okay, we see the thief capture coming. There's a slight optimization that I like with this thief capture where you leave the thief to hang back a bit longer so your opponent can't see the thief coming. It's not super important, but One of those like little small things.
Marco goes Kraken Turtle. I think we've seen this from them before.
Yeah.
Kraken for murdering everything, and Turtle for the 4 vision it gives, and also it helps clear out the opposing Krakens.
Yeah, and clears out. I mean, just obliterates infantry on beaches. So one of the faster naval units in this kind of circumstance as well. Oh wow!
Ooh, that is a terrifying force already. Yeah, teleporting at night is scary.
Yeah, Legoman has all of the portals.
Yeah.
That is.
So yeah, Double Knight's quite nice into Kraken because Knight crit on beach, I believe, one shots. Because I think it's 65 base.
Okay.
So like, yeah, Marco's gonna have to be very careful about the Knights. Crits can kill it, and well, there's normal hits will very heavily chunk them, and there's not much just straight up like ocean or like reef tiles to hide in.
Yeah, there's very little actual water here. Almost all just beaches. I can just kind of hiding next to this. Oh, and then like yeah, the knight sees it now. It's actually a really like awful feeling if you're the player with the knight here, because it's just like
did it hit that Kraken?
Yeah, and I mean the Krakens get a big punish here as well. Ooh, frog,
frog.
is there? And harpoon.
Harpoon, interesting. Okay, I guess that's for the turtle.
Okay, both players gonna flip the I just want to call it like a lighthouse really, because it's kind of what it is. Gives you all this vision. But
it looks like the Lego's gonna have to back off here. Ooh, second Kraken.
oh, that sword recaptures the portal. Alright, what's Ragnar gonna do? He's gonna jump in. Oh, is she gonna push the knight?
Push onto beach.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, it also separates it from another unit to give Kraken crit as well, which is fun.
Oh, that's really good. Really nice use of Ragnar Groove actually. It's something like she could do there. Yeah, nice little advantage here. And Lytra has Groove, but not really anything good to use it on just yet. I guess we could see her like kind of flip some units around over on this side up here. But...
Golem from Lego. Oh, that's a base skip for it actually.
Here goes nothing.
I wonder if that base skip was accidental, because yeah, they ended up healing the knight. I feel like that might have been a mistake, or like an accident. I mean, it doesn't hit the knight. Interesting.
Uh-oh. See a lot of Kraken. That makes me slightly worried.
I see 2 knights in range of Lytra, which makes me scared.
Yeah, although they weren't.
There's not enough kill though.
Yeah, if one of them was in crit
critting.
range, yeah, one crit would have done it, I think.
Out.
But
yeah.
Or actually, not quite, because I think Plains defense would have just kept her alive. But
there was also the sword that could suicide, and actually, no, it's really low. It probably wouldn't give enough.
oh, that is true. 5%. Yeah, that would have been. We see like I love seeing
the
that.
5% are like poking each other.
Yeah, I mean you only really get Groove off of doing that.
Yeah, it's kind of probably worth it to back those off because you can transform them into a frog for like dirt cheap.
Here goes nothing.
Okay.
Oh, that's. You're not getting Kraken grabbed because there's a building in the way, but that is in range of double Kraken hit.
Yeah. Ooh, I like.
Ooh, gets a pull for the 20 damage on both.
Oh, but shoots the Kraken. I actually feel like he would want to shoot the turtle in this instance.
Yeah.
Gonna be the one with all the damage. And Harpoon actually does a lot of damage to turtle, as unlike Kraken.
Was that necessary to make sure Lytra lives? Maybe. Not sure.
Maybe.
That is. Kraken is 20 base to commander.
Is there? Oh, actually, there's quite a lot of stuff around. So.
Yeah.
And actually, the buildings count towards the Kraken crit condition.
Only if it's friendly.
Okay, so This sword below Elytra could have got cleared.
Yeah.
Oh. But alright, we're just seeing maps just kind of push forwards and
Just murder everything.
yeah, taking all of naval. Kraken in range to just kind of poke these units, and this is looking very good for Marco. I don't really see a way for Lego to come back in this circumstance.
Here's the golem.
Yeah, I mean, as I say that, a big golem hit comes in.
Ooh, wait, that wasn't the full health knight. That would have been a kill if it was full health.
Yeah, still a lot of damage though.
Oh, ooh, interesting. Porting over there.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, gonna kill.
Alive.
It's only gonna kill one Kraken. Oh wait, is this gonna?
Alright.
Okay, Lego sank one of their own swords. That's new.
Okay, I guess they were like thinking of that as like a tier 1. But accidentally kills a lot of their own army.
Yeah, I think it being tier 2 there made it worse.
Yeah, Dizzy's units.
Because I think Kraken can also still give you. I think Kraken can still grab one Dizzy. I don't think it's only attacks it can't do.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
So it can still contribute.
Oh, Ragnar's got Groove as well. Oh, Elytra's on a
Uh-oh.
beach.
This is only T1. I don't think she dies to it.
Oh, that did not a lot of damage actually.
Yeah, because she doesn't take push damage.
Oh, but here comes the grab.
The knight can clear this though. I'm surprised that. No, actually, no, there wasn't a tile to go after. Actually, no, I'm surprised. No, there was a kill here. You could have pushed the knight into the water, I think. And then, oh wait, no. Did he have space? He might have not had space.
And
Regardless.
now it actually looks kind of rough for Marco. A lot of these units are going to go down. I think Knight. Oh, it's not full health Knight though, so it's not actually going to
Oh
kill
wait,
the
are you about to
sword.
get surrounded? Ooh, I feel like Kill got surrounded there. Actually, no, I know there's beach to the right. No,
Yeah, Lego just has to heal.
yeah. Don't think you're dead here, because you only open on one land side, and you just killed both Krakens. Unless Marco just spawned a cannon. No, okay.
Golem reaches.
right outside of Lego's.
Oh wait,
Vision,
Golem and
but-
Commander I think will kill.
There's only one side, only one land side. The
Oh.
turtle is not on. There's only one beach you can attack from.
Oh yeah, I forget that,
that's-
like that bit to her left is
It's yeah.
okay. So just gonna go for the Golem instead. Oh, the
Oh.
thief was on a road.
Thief on road, yeah, that's annoying. It's unfortunate.
And oh, very key mage heal right now. Like,
Yeah, but Elytra's still trapped. Aha, get hit by the uncounterable turtle.
I think turtles hitting land units is like one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
The animation for it just looks really cool.
So, how do you get out of the situation? Oh, that's a good point. That's a good start, actually. Yeah, Elytra can not run into the wagon this turn.
No,
But she at least gets out.
yeah, she can get out. Wagon. Oh, actually, using the
Wait.
terrain more than anything. I thought she would run behind the watchtower, but yeah, she's only open on one side right now.
She ends
so-
up going for capture instead. Interesting. I feel like you get trapped here again for doing that.
Oh, there's a Kraken behind all of this as well.
Uh-oh.
Oh, beach defense is such a big deal. Spear's just gonna get absolutely massacred.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yep, and there's the grab.
and here's the heal. Turtle actually gonna start doing some damage to Commander now. Oh, that's a deep sea tile as well, so
Yeah, it was critting before, yeah. Elytra should be dead here with the Heartbeat being able to reach from the sea tiles.
oh, and yeah.
Yeah, let go just surrenders. That's fair.
Makes sense, and yeah, Commander just goes into the center when there's a bunch of Krakens nearby. Always a recipe for a bad time, so... Well played, Marco gonna take it. So... Liger put up a decent fight. I like that they had both portals. I think actually if your opponent goes that heavy on naval, you just kind of let them. And then you just like take the sides. because you can like teleport across both of them, and it's hard to convert unless you like take out your opponent's converter. It's hard to then convert your naval advantage into like a lethal and stronghold.
Yeah. It's also because of the lack of like actual sea tiles. There's a very big risk of a bunch of knights popping out from the sides and murdering your stuff if you go too far forward.
Yeah. Actually, something you can do on this map, which I haven't seen yet, we may never see, but I don't know, maybe it'll happen in the future, is you can build a thief. If you have both portals, you just like start sending thieves to your opponent's sides, and you can run back to safety very, very quickly.
Yeah, because the portals.
Yep. So, yeah, but well played. Mark, we're going to take that game. And that's the last one of the stream. Thank you for joining, Sparky. I think we basically just run out of replays. There's like a couple of old ones, and Sedge didn't mark the map on one of them. So I might bug him about that. But
yeah, are you talking about the one that's just the one that was posted most recently?
Yeah, the one at the bottom.
Yeah, okay.
I'll ask him about that, and then I think that's basically us covering October. Like, I think we're gonna move on to November stuff when it starts coming in. So if we're back on Tuesday, we'll be back on Tuesday. If we don't have replays, I might just skip, or we might just do some older ones. I'm not sure. But for now, that's us. We're like basically up to date with everything. I think we're gonna cut down on the amount of replays we're putting up on the channel just because there's less replays to go around. And it's like a lot of, it's a big time investment to commentate and upload that many replays each week. What I will say is that Marco Maps has been doing an interview series with map makers, and asked if we could post it on the YouTube channel, and I said sure. I need to go grab those. I think like once a week we're gonna start posting them up on the YouTube channel, so they'll be a little bit further behind in terms of like when they originally were recorded, but
yeah, good to have that on.
Yeah, if he misses a week in terms of like him actually doing one, then it'll slowly catch up. But for now though, that's us. We are out for the evening. I'm gonna go get some food. I think actually I'm kind of hungry, and I think I'm gonna go chill for the rest of this evening. So thank you everybody. I will catch you all when I catch you. The wrong scene. That's the right scene. There we go. Right, take care everyone.
See ya.